knowing and nurturing your very own authentic nature without having to change, actually. My name is Karin Itarokot, and I'm very happy that you're here. We're just waiting a little bit till all of you are there. And in the meanwhile, it would be very nice if you use the chat down to introduce yourself shortly that you're here. That would be great. So my name is Karin. I'm working small 20 years with people, but this is my second webinar. Sunday I had also one, and I have to say it's quite a new thing to do it this way, but I'm very happy to have the opportunity this way to talk to people that are, many of them, far away, at least as they have registered. So I'm very happy about that. So if you would like shortly to introduce yourself, if you like, that would be great, so that the participants can know who is there, perhaps where you come from. So that's always nice to see. Let me talk a little bit while we are waiting about myself. I'm an NLP trainer, coach and trained since many years. Have developed also own trainings, quantum coaching and New World coaching, and the New World coaching, the New World experience, NewX. That is actually what you see on the blogs and mails that you might have received from me. So let us look who is there. I'm of course also very curious. Okay, hi. I see. Shilpa, nice, you made it. That's great. And those two, Alexandra and Shilpa, they both from Kenya, if I'm fine with that, if I'm right. So would be great if you shortly introduce yourself, just shortly, like your name, and say hi to the rest that are there. And perhaps there are a few more. There were 12 people actually registering, but they're not necessarily all coming, I know that. But nevertheless, it is great that you are there. Even when it is one or two, it's always worth. So let me see. Okay. One more coming. Let me ask you, is the chat working? Because, okay. What do we say? Celia says it's online too and following. Okay, great. Welcome. Welcome. Can you shortly let you know if you can hear me well, the rest, and if you are seeing me and hearing me well, that would be great. Then we can actually start off, and the rest will find us on the way. Okay, good. It's of course also great just to follow and just to listen. So let us just start off. There's no must for introducing or sharing. We just continue, and I would like to, the topic of today is actually to, okay, Natalia, hey, great. Yes, thank you, Natalia, that you are here. That's wonderful. Welcome. Good. So the topic is like, it has started with the question of change or development, and what is the difference between change and development. And of course, we have all our own opinion about that. Some people also think that it's actually the same. And I would like to share my personal opinion about this and how I look at it and how I work with it. So for that purpose, I would like to use a slide. The slides with the PowerPoint, when I want to change them, they freeze, so I have always to go in and out, but it will work. I will find out in my next webinar how they will not freeze anymore. So let me share this with you. Okay. 1 second. It is not anymore. Wait. Coming. Now I have it. And if it's okay, you can see this. Wait a second. This is a little bit getting used to for me to work with the technique, I must admit. So that is a little bit a challenge, which I will master, of course, in time to come, because right now I don't see the slide. Here it comes again. And it should now, yes, this is it. So here you see a slide, and I would like to share with you how I look at development. Now, here I have just shown a development of an apple seed. Now, here we see an apple seed, some few apple seeds. Now, when a normal person would get those apple seeds, you have no clue of what they actually are and what will grow out of that. And you need actually to put them into fertile ground and to take well care of them for them to grow. But even when they grow and you have taken well care of them, even though not knowing of what will grow out of it, it will take a little bit of time. And then finally you have some kind of tree. Now you know, oh, it is seemingly a tree, but you have no idea what fruits they will actually bring you. So you need to further take care of them in order actually to see like what will grow. And after quite some time, taking well care of them, nurturing it, being curious what will grow out of it, you will see that they carry some fruits. And here you see they carry fruits, but these are small fruits actually they carry, and not just a few. But when you don't give up on it and you further and further nurture it well, you will finally have an apple tree with many nice fruits. Still not a big tree, but nice fruits, many fruits, and it can be enjoyed. And when you further take attention to it, it will grow into a big apple tree, which can be enjoyed in many different ways. You can see here like even a child hanging upside down, and you can sit in the shade. So there are many ways how you can use it. But if you would have thrown away these apple seeds in the beginning, I would say, oh, what is this for nonsense? I don't want that. You would have never had this tree. And say, okay, that makes total sense, and this is not really new. But let me share with you of what we are generally doing. Let me change the slides. And here I am again, and I want to put the next one. It will be shown directly. Yes, here it is. Okay, so this is actually how we most of the time work. We are an apple seed, or let me say we are not an apple seed. We have many, many different seeds in us, all different kinds of traits. But many of them just look a little bit ugly. You don't know what will grow out of it. Just some things, you don't taste well, you don't know what will be with it. And what we are generally doing is like, okay, who do I want to be? And in personal development, and especially NLP, we have the opinion that you can be anything. You can be anything you want to be. And this is, of course, great, and our ego loves that, because we are then looking around and look like, oh, which is the most popular fruit, and which fruit is the best one at this very moment, or which one do I like the most? And then you choose one to be, but somehow there's something that is not working so well with it, because when you want to be a tomato, or you want to be a cucumber, but you're actually an apple tree, you're an apple. So when you don't nurture that, yeah, then you have something like life is so hard, no clue who I am, what is my path, and somehow how can I contribute? And I'm sure people, all of you are perhaps in quite some time in the personal development. So you have already found some of your seeds, and you have nurtured them because they brought good fruits. But there are also many seeds in you that you perhaps did not yet really see. And when you want to change and you look outside of yourself, also for your earthly nature, yeah, then you look into the wrong direction, because that is like wanting to change. You are this. This is inside of you. This is a seed there. There is potential present. And what you're doing is looking outside of you, what might be fitting to you, or what is popular, or what you aspire, and then you look actually in the wrong direction. Let me take the next slide. Hi. Because I hope the slide is there. Yes. You see me happy. It's working. So your authentic earthly nature is to be found within you. It's to be found within you. It is not something which you can actually choose. And that is something which many people don't really share. And for that purpose, I hope you will not just switch off at this moment and say, no, I don't want to listen to this. I worked so many years with people, and even like with myself, I really have found out that we need to nurture that which is already in us, that we have beautiful things in us. And this is the second part of this hour of what we will do. We will discover of the beautiful things that is inside of you. And I'm sure that when you stick a little bit longer with me, you will find out that it is true that there's nothing, and simply nothing in you which is not beautiful. So give me some little time to explain further before you leave me. So let us shortly look. It's not an outside condition, you know, because we have been kind of trained, you know, like this is what you should be. And we have been conditioned even to like certain things about ourselves because our outside environment has valued that. And honestly said, an apple seed, as we have just seen there, without knowing of what kind of potential, what beautiful potential it actually holds, yeah, you might easily think that it is nothing. Because when I tell you I'm an angry person, I'm a selfish person, I'm an impatient person, I'm a greedy person, then you will likely say, no, that's not a nice person. That is not something that you would like to read in the newspaper about yourself. And I still tell you, all of these parts in you are having beautiful potential. And we come shortly from now to that. Because what you actually know, or what you really need, is to start looking who you are today, now, this very second. What is inside of you, and how does it manifest at this very moment? And that's an important part. How does it manifest at this very moment? What is inside of you is actually so exciting, yeah, if you change some small view on it. It is just a matter of how you look into it. Because like the second point, be in awe with who you are at any given moment in your development. We can compare that actually like with a development of a child. Yeah, when you have a 4-year-old and it gives you a picture and says, "Hey, mommy, daddy, look what I drawn," and you look at the picture and you think, "Oh my God, what is this? I cannot recognize a thing." Yeah, but you don't say, "Oh, what is this? Can't you draw a little bit better? This is nothing." No, you say, "Great, wow," because you know only when you encourage, yeah, even this drawing, which is not yet anything which you would bring out, yeah, it is still a very nice thing. It is the start of something. So you will always encourage, of course, your child in doing that. But unfortunately, when we grow older, and when we start becoming like 16, 17, 18, and unfortunately for many already earlier, we become very demanding. We become demanding on ourselves, and we expect ourselves to socially and emotionally be mature. But the maturity starts actually at that age, when we start expecting it from others. It starts at that age. The forming of us to become us, the seed, yeah, stops around an age of, now depending a little bit, but 14, 15, 16, somewhere there. And from that moment on, Now, all that is in you is simply invited to move from fear-driven to love-motivated. So, but it has to be installed in years to come in a way, yeah, that even when this outside force, certain fear, like, oh, when I do this, then people don't like me. When I'm angry, people don't like me. You know, that all this stays in you, even when you take away the earlier motivation, like the fear you had. And that's also the beauty in it, because when you are ready in order to truly look at yourself as you are today, and when you do this exercise, what we just will do a few minutes from now, yeah, then you will see that what kind of form something can take, yeah, because we never know to what you will develop. You can't know. Just like with a child, you will not know to what it will develop. But you know that it has potential, and you know it can only develop that potential if you nurture simply every aspect of it. And so we have to kind of develop a curiosity, yeah, to observe our own development. So no controlling, no forcing, yeah, but it needs only our attention to be with it and to look at it, and encouragement, and sometimes perhaps also a little bit of patience. So what I would like to do now is to ask you if you have any example, and it does not have to be your own personal. Yeah, we can just take any trait that you actually know of yourself or somebody else you would consider like, you know, there's space for improvement, or it's even like a horrible trait. So is there somebody here who could give us something which we could work with? Somebody have something? Okay, let us see. Can you type into the bar down there in the chat bar that you can write something, a trait, something that you would consider something you would actually like to change, where you say, no, no, this is not possible. Yes, Alexandra, hi. Nice that you're here, that you could make it. So do you have any trait? And then you just put it down. Can be a single thing or something, doesn't matter, anything. Okay. For here now, I shortly tell you that my daughter is standing, sitting next to me, and she attends me when there are questions. Let us see. Alexandra, being negative. Okay, here it comes. We have a whole range. I mean, the criticism. Let us just being negative. Being negative. Okay, being negative. So that means to highlight actually always that which is not good. We can say, yes, we can say that somebody is greeting my daughter Tricia, because like when I'm speaking, I'm very often overlooking here the chat and I can't see it. So she's the reading person here and helps me to point where I have to read. So that's wonderful that she's doing that. Negativity. So when you say negativity is to look at something which is not good. You look at the things that are not there, or at the things that are not good. Can we say that? Is it how you mean that, Alexandra? Can you shortly confirm? Because we can, you know, these are just words, yeah? So we cannot really say, oh, this is exactly how it is. Let us do this. Hey, we are back. Good. Say hi to Tricia. Here she is. Hey. Good. Okay, so this is how you mean it, Alexandra. Alex, yeah? Okay, great. So let us have a look. When you would be able to look at things, you know, which are not yet there, with no fear. So there's no, I must have it, or I suffer the not being there. What would it actually be then? what would it be? I mean, it's a capacity. It's a capacity to see what could be there. You have, of course, also people only who are negative. They never come with solutions. Yeah, there might be even for many people a degree worse. Yeah? But even when you don't come with solutions, yeah, sometimes to be attended to of what perhaps can be better, you know, of what doesn't work, when it is without fear, I would say we need such people. Yeah, what can't work? Because how could we ever have improvement? We have to see everything ourselves, but sometimes and more often we don't. Yeah. So when you look at it, negativity, somebody who looks at something and always says like, oh, this could be better, this is not good, or this you did not do, that can be very, very disturbing. But when you are able to do that, yeah, to be negative, to see that which is not there, when you can do that with no fear in it, yeah, so with no threat, defenselessly, I'm sure, like when we are coaching, very often we actually do that. Can you see that, Alex? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then it's, of course, for the receiving parts the same, you know, like dealing with criticism. It's interesting that we have another point here, which was brought in by Shilpa. Thank you. And she actually says to be more immune to criticism, which is actually, you know, I don't know if you two agreed in advance to say those two things, but this is the other end, yeah. Being more immune to criticism. So when you're not, we are going from the seat we don't know, yeah. So when you're not immune to criticism, that means you take it personally, you don't like it, yeah. Shilpa, is that correct? If this is what you wanted, this is already like what you would like to, you would be immune to criticism. But if you would like to have it and you would consider it ready for change, then we can say you don't have it. Yes, it's already kind of collected, but I'm still curious. Criticism is for most people not really something which you can handle easily. Yeah? So it's not an easy thing to do. So out of curiosity, because I also never know in advance of what will come out, so taking in criticism poorly, yeah, that is what it's doing now. So you're rejecting criticism, you can't appreciate criticism. Of course, we always taught like to be open for criticism and to listen well to criticism, but now we have the trait, I don't want criticism. You know, I don't like criticism, I don't want to hear what can be better. Shilpa, that is what is interesting to look at also for you. Then we go with that one. Okay, yeah, certain people we really can't take it well, eh? That's true. But let us see what beautiful trait it is in the essence. So when we fearlessly can tell people that we don't appreciate improvement points, that we are not actually so much interested in their opinion about something, what could that be? Is it actually like to set clear boundaries? Or to communicate very clearly to certain people, you know, that you actually don't really appreciate their opinion because it's not adding to you at this moment. And then again, fearlessly, could that be helpful in situations to set clear boundaries to people? Yeah. I did not ask you for that feedback. Yeah, can say thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, which and also can be effective for somebody else. Exactly. Very helpful, yeah. And Shilpa says, very, very helpful to have clear boundaries. Yes, and that is actually what you do when you can say clearly a no to criticism. Yeah, and whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. Last Sunday I had the very first webinar, and then my ex-husband came in, and he said, and I just directly said, yes, look at this presentation, but at this moment I don't want to hear anything negative. So I just set a clear boundary and a frame which is conducive for me right now. When one is able to do that, I actually like that. Thank you, Shilpa. So then we have Natalia. Do you also still have something? Are you still there? Yeah, it seems that you're still there. Does not have to be from yourself. Yeah, Shilpa, but it is actually, it's a way of looking, you know, and at the end of the course, I would like also to introduce a small training where I really would like to, you know, that we train ourselves to look at it like that, because it is beautiful for us to see every seed in us as something great, and to approach it with patience, with care, with love, yeah, and to let it grow, because you cannot expect an apple tree to, oh, now you know an apple tree, so tomorrow you are an apple tree. And this is what we often want, and that is change. So even when you know of what you grow to, yeah, then we make it a project. We directly say, oh, okay, this is what is inside of me, great. So tomorrow I have now become very receptive, setting clear boundaries, but that's not possible. Yeah, we cannot expect that, just like we cannot expect that we give a feedback to a 4-year-old that at the next day he comes with an architectural drawing of a hotel building. Can't. Yeah, so this needs patience, time, and awareness. But the most it needs loving attention. Okay, Natalia is there. Oh, you have a delay. Sorry, Natalia. But the sound is a bit okay, I hope. Do you have any trait, Natalia, that you think like can be of yourself, or just something you're curious about that we can have a look into and look of what it can transform? Would be nice. And in the meanwhile, for others, still there are still some people I see that are actually not have not yet introduced themselves or said something. It's also not a must or something, but I still would like you to think of some traits for yourself, you know. Okay. Laziness and undecisiveness. Okay, there are two. Let us start with laziness. Just start from one and going to B. Laziness. So the question is now, and just already start thinking together with me, what is laziness in its essence? Yeah, when it would be having no fear. There's no fear in being lazy. Being lazy. And lazy means, Natalia, of course, these are always words, and words, you know, can never really convey the experience somebody has with it. But laziness in your case means I'm not feeling like doing certain things. I'm avoiding doing certain things, perhaps things you should do. Can we say, Natalia, it is like that? Then we go with that. Yeah, there is a delay, yeah? Sorry, Natalia. Okay. because laziness could also be that you feel like I want to have some couch time. Could also be counted as lazy. So it's not a certain thing you would like to avoid or not to do, but it could also be just to take rest, to lay down. So in the meanwhile, we can still do both. When you're avoiding things that you actually know you should do, and we call that now laziness. So you're ready and not doing things you're actually supposed, delaying not doing things. Great, okay. Delaying and not doing things you actually should do. Something in you knows it should do it. So that means actually when you're fearless in that you have a good connection, with not taking anything in life too seriously. You kind of are able to be a little bit laid back, to a little bit laid back and say like, okay, yes, this should be very, very important, but it's now not working out. And for that purpose, I'm not doing that. And you can do that by choice, because laziness is then something you choose. And it can be that you choose that because you feel simply like, now I would like to do something else. So you don't take anything that seriously. You have an ability, even important things, not to do them without actually really having a hard time. And I think we really could use that, because we are stressed out so much because we have an agenda full with appointments, and we are actually unable to strike things away because everything is kind of important. Everything should be done. But by following all those things that could possibly be done, we at times can become a slave ourselves. So I think having that laziness, could be very, very good. I actually, here my daughter says, I want that, I want that. So it's a very good thing to have, to really make the choice simply to say no to something that actually should be done, and having peace with that. No guilt, no, because then it's not working. Natalia, does it work for you? And while you perhaps answer if that is working for you, then yeah. Okay, so you recognize that, so what you then call lazy is a fantastic talent you actually really could use. Then we have the talent of undecisiveness. Undecisiveness, I don't know, should I do this, should I do that? I don't know. Perhaps the undecisiveness comes into no decision taking and making a step on your place. Is this how you experience undecisiveness, Natalia? So in case you see it like that, because again, this is a question we need to ask, the essence of what it is for somebody is personal. Okay, great. So you become passive, you don't take any decision, undecisive, and then you make a step on your place. Okay, so if that would be without any fear of not having enough or missing out a chance, when you could do that, when you are not sure of something and you don't know, should I do A or should I do B, to say, okay, I don't do anything, because none of those choices seem to be winning. So I don't do any of those two things. And perhaps then in time to come, other evidence comes in. And you might then clearly know of what to do. When you could do that, so to be passive, to be simply observers, not to take a decision, I think it gives a lot of space for life to act. Do you want to add something, Tricia? Because when you whisper, I can't hear you.
I feel like it's pretty similar to the first one, because if you don't know what to do and you just relax and don't take it so seriously, because it doesn't really matter what choice you make.
Yes, they are connected. Thank you, Tricia. They are connected. Yeah. It's also a certain lightness in it. It's not that important. Do I do this or do I do that? Okay, should I do something or shouldn't? Yeah. Should I do something or shouldn't? That means that is a different kind of thing. Should I do something or shouldn't? So it's not a choice. Do I do this or do I do that? There has to be made a choice. Do I stay home or do I go out? So it will be either way. It will be this or it will be that. So that's a little bit different. So I'm there and I don't know what to do. Should I stay or should I go? And you're undecisive for that. And is it generally that, what does it evoke in you, Natalie? Is it that you generally don't make a choice? Or that you force yourself? Because like when you force yourself to do something, and that is a trait you have, yeah, it's a very different story. When you kind of undecisive, actually you would like to stay home, but you have to do something and you are going to do it, but you doubt, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? Likely there's fear to miss something out or so, which has actually made this trait. But if you generally make the choice to do it, yeah, then actually you have really an ability. Okay, there's fear to make a choice. Yeah, there's fear to make a choice. But since it is okay, yeah, fear to make a wrong choice. Okay, great. Now let us take that one. Fear to make a wrong choice. Yeah. So you're fearing to make a wrong choice, and then without fear. So actually making wrong choices, and now you fear making wrong choices, and then you have an ability to make wrong choices. You have an ability to make wrong choices, and you're totally okay with that, to make wrong choices. So what is that in the essence? If somebody could do that, making wrong choices. You know, out of wrong choices, the most beautiful things have grown. I think we would not have those great recipes for cooking and many other great inventions if people wouldn't have wrong choices. By mistake, the most beautiful things have come out. So when you, without any fear and resistance, okay, risk, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's risk. You're able to take a risk, and that is inside of you. Now you're fearing it, you don't want it, but you're actually able to take a risk and to see what comes out of it. Yeah. And it's really important in order to have people that have those kind of traits. The same is the other way around. When you would choose to not to do it, yeah, and to say, no, I stay on the safe side. Yeah, I stay on the safe side. It's also like to be able to see what will happen. Yeah, to say of what will happen. So that is also a quality. But sometimes it's difficult to relate to a quality because we put the negativity and the fear into it. Yeah, because it's like so much conditioned that certain things are not good. You know, to do something which you actually already know that it might be wrong. Yeah. And then you think like, no, I shouldn't do that. It doesn't make sense. there are many points that says, no, don't do that. And still being, just to say, okay, I'm just ready to make a wrong choice. Yeah. And at the same time, to be careful and not making a choice. So both parts are qualities. Can you see that, Natalia? And again, we never know exactly to what it will develop, yeah? Because as soon as we say, oh, it must now be like this, just like when I said, like setting boundaries, we are training ourselves to develop a curiosity of what is inside of us, not a knowing of what is inside of us. Just like we don't know if our child will become an architect or if, she won't, yeah? So you cannot tell. And even when she's great in drawing, she can become an architect or she becomes an artist. You can't tell, talents and traits go in many ways. But by observing, the point is to observe of what is there, to give it time and to observe of what is there. And in order to do that, we need a good environment. We need to create an environment which we generally are not used to. Yeah. Yeah. And that is how we are conditioned, Natalia. And certain traits are simply in our head so engraved as being negative, yeah, making a wrong choice. Yeah. So how could that be ever good? Making it was wrong. Yeah. Then still, I tell you that most people, by having been daring, making wrong choices, even though the outcome wasn't that what they expected, yeah, most people say it was quite an experience. I learned a lot of that. And sometimes really great new things have come out of it. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So, but to have trust, to have this faith inside of yourself, to see that. May I ask the others, Shilpa and Alex and Xavier, yeah, do you see a good thing in that? Because when we don't have so much resistance to it, then often others can see it better as something good. Okay, Xavier says, one of the things I have learned is that there isn't a wrong or right, but only different perspective. What is wrong for some might be right for others. Also, that is of course true. Yeah, but there is kind of, a perception of when where people say, this produces something good vibes or negative vibes. Yeah, which is generally experienced like that. It's not wrong or right. It just is. Like when you take the picture of the 4-year-old, you can talk what you want, but that is not really a drawing which is ready for a professional use. To be passive brings freedom and lightness. Can be, yes, can be. Yeah. When you don't do something, but it was about making wrong choices. Yeah, making a wrong choice. And Xavier says very correctly, there is not really a wrong or a right. Yeah? That's true. It's a matter of perspective. Yeah? But we are so much used to connect what is happening to an outcome. To connect that to the direct, is it something which has a positive outcome? Because society and we self are expecting that. But in our personal development, when we really want to live our true being, yeah, we need to let that go. We have to accept that certain outcomes are not yet fruitful as we learn them, as we nurture them. Yeah, they don't yet bring the outcome they could be. But if you don't nurture them, you always stay half, incomplete, longing for something, and it is a longing for being yourself. You know, we have this longing, and that perhaps is now a good point to just to launch a small poll, because I also was curious to see how you look into that. And let me just know shortly if you see that, a small poll. Let me see if I can load that. How do you relate to this statement? I want to be more myself, authentic. I want to be more authentic. Do you have sometimes that feeling that you're not yourself, that you can do more than that you're actually doing? And I would be very happy if you okay, so you see it, which is always kind of satisfying for me that there's something happening at your side, because that's what I can't see. Okay, yeah, true in certain circumstances, true, generally true. Yeah, I want to be more myself. We have a feeling that we are not ourselves, that we are not authentic. Yeah, yet you are authentic 24/7, always. Yeah, the you as you are at this very moment is the you. And when you look at all those parts which you are actually looking at not okay, yeah, and perhaps you don't even know that, you know, only when we are really looking at our behaviors and we are starting to become curious about ourselves, yeah, then we can actually look at them. And when we look at them, we can give them the nurturing attention. And then we observe simply of what will happen with them, how they will develop further. And when you do that, you see that you're actually always authentic. And the more you are connected with life, the more you are actually also feeling that you are authentic. Then you don't long to be something that you're not. You know, you don't want to be something out of the fruit basket. Yeah, but you are excited to turn to yourself and to be excited of what you find over there. Okay, thank you for the poll. So yes, you confirm actually that which is also my my experience. Okay, in the meanwhile there was also some. Okay, yes, Xavier, following your heart, exactly. Yeah, following your heart. Yeah, and then your mind goes along. Yeah, you're authentic. That my authentic me is not enough, Shilpa says. My authentic me is not enough. And this is something which we can turn around, you know, when you become aware of the gifts of life, which I want to introduce now to you. Yeah, when you become more aware of them, then you see, yeah, that being not enough is a natural feeling. It's also like that, you know, that you have potential in you, and that can also give a lot of curiosity. But that what I said a little bit earlier on, that we are expected, like from 16, 17, 18 years on, when we have reached that age, that we are fine and that we do everything. Yeah, we should do everything well. And yes, cognitively we are expected to learn, to study, and so on. So there we put more and more. But in our being, who we are, yeah, and how we do things, how we stand in life, yeah, that is expected to be ready. And there's nothing more an illusion than that. Yeah. And for that purpose, also looking at yourself is something that is generally not very popular. Yeah, of course you are here, and for that purpose, I know that you're interested in that. Yeah, but when you look at the economy world, you know, then you will see that to go to a personality of a person is still something so private. You cannot do that. You know, you can only tell somebody something about his professional conduct, but not a personality. Yeah. even though the personality is the most interesting thing you actually have. And also the personality of other people. Okay. Now, I have only 10 minutes left. Guys, I'm talking too much. Sorry for that. Let me take the next slide where I want to introduce something to you. We move on. How you can live forcelessly. And I hope I will see the slide now. Yay, it's there. Comes. Yeah. So the gifts of life are the fertile soil where your fragile trait can develop. Yeah. Living forceless in connection with your own nature and with life. And these 12 bridges, bridges are developmental stages of our emotional, social, and spiritual development, and they help us to see where we live in illusions and where we are actually limit our natural development, because development is natural. It is not something that we have to induce, that we have to force. Yeah, you are designed to develop yourself, and life is a supportive surrounding for you to do that. It's natural to develop. What is not helping are illusions we are living in. And these illusions and those gifts of life, they are not in any context. This is just a general awareness of things, of what is there inside of yourself, how you can look at yourself, and then you can actually observe your natural development. And those gifts, you know, they guide you further when where our parents stopped. Our parents, they gave us a lot of guidance. You know, they did a lot of great things for us. And from there, life takes over. And the gifts of life, they make that you have a little bit more an awareness, like on what actually to look at. Where am I illusionary? What is it that I believe and do generally, which limits my own development? Okay. I have given you a small example of that, of the first and the second bridge, and of how that can look like. Yeah? Like exploring the world unconditionally. We have a lot of, in the second bridge, you just want to name a few. You know, we have a lot of limitations we set ourselves. We have belief systems that actually are not needed. And here it is just that we can have a look into that. And those bridges, it's a course actually that I'm offering, where we are really working with the first and second bridge together with your earthly nature. And I will explain the details of the course soon from now, but where you learn those different gifts and where you can see in yourself, yeah, of where you are actually living in illusions. And the course is personal. Every week we will work with one gift, and I give a personal how do you call it, a guidance for you, yeah, where you can work practically, because it's all about experience. Yeah, a practical experience, like how you can unlimit yourself, how you actually can make that gift in you, you know, your personal traits grow. And this will not only work for that trait, but it will work for anything of which is inside of you. Yeah. Then we have like connected, disconnecting freely, enjoying all my emotions, experiencing conditional love unconditionally. So that means that we are ready to receive conditional love, and how to do that. And these things are not just like, oh, now we have to live this way and that way. They're very, very, very free. Okay. Do we have questions so far? Okay, so let me share the last slide with you. Here we go. Okay, I hope. Yes, here it comes. So this is actually a course which I would like to invite you to. And this course, oh, this is the second slide. So wait a second, this is the wrong one. Okay, let me answer the question first. Shilpa asked, would you say this kind of teaching works well with those who have already experienced it or other types of personal growth? Exactly. It's possible, but it is more hard to do it if you don't have. When you have, you know, because you need to see, it is a fertile ground, Shilpa. It's a fertile ground. So it's it does not actually need, yeah, a lot of experience, but you need to feel drawn to that. When you have still a lot of resistance, you know, it might not be for every person to be ready to embrace himself or herself, yeah, as they are now, and to really want to develop this loving patience with yourself. We are still, many people are still more like, you know, I take the sweep and let me drive myself into the finish. Yeah. Okay. It seems more like we do this with our conscious minds. Shilpa, what I really have experienced, especially really the last 3 years, you know, we grow by experience. There's so much as we know, you know, and I know you have a lot of experience in personal development, and me too, I have to say. And when you are allowing yourself to expose yourself in experience to who you are, yeah, it really comes to a very different level of being yourself, and that is so much of value. So in that, what I want to offer to you is to shift from thinking things to experiencing things, to truly experience that. Yeah, and my invitations will be personal. So that means I will connect with each of my participants, and I will, let me say, every week you will get one bridge, and you will get some kinds of things to watch out for, to kind of be aware of, and it will be personal. It will be for you. So it's not lessons that all the participants get and then you work through them. So they are personal. And we will meet once a week for answers and questions. And so, of course, this will be also recorded. So when the timing does not fit so well, that is not such a big deal. You can still watch it later and still ask questions. I will still answer them if there are. And we also will have a Facebook group which comes with it, where you can share your own experiences. It is a secret Facebook group, so it will be only the participants. And I also decided to maximum of 10, because it is a process which has a different kind of dimension than what we normally do. Okay, good. Let me see if I have done everything. It is so strange that I'm not hearing any person, which will be also different in when we do the course, because then every person will have the possibility to be part of the people who are in the course, so we can talk with each other. So we don't write, but we talk with each other. But for that purpose, you need to have a Gmail address and a Chrome browser when we install that. So let me show you shortly the slides. Okay, did I forget anything? No, pretty much. Okay, good. So this is what I wanted to share with you. And I hope you enjoyed it. Perhaps you got a little bit of positive insight about certain traits. And I know, like for Natalia, it could not yet really sink in. Okay, Xavier had a question. Where did I miss Xavier? Okay, earthly nature. Great. Yeah, I'm very happy to explain that. You know, when you meditate, when you do like spiritual work, yeah, you experience different kinds of you. It has not much to do with your earthly nature. It is, you know, you don't experience really a you. You don't have really like so many personal traits. But as soon as you kind of down chunk yourself, so that means you're really, again, your energy, your bodily energy, with lots of stuff, you know, in your cells, in your mind. Now, that's your earthly nature. Yeah, so that is something which many people say it's in the way. Yeah, it's in the way to spirituality. I don't share that opinion. I believe it's a way to spirituality as we are supposed to live. I believe personally that the time that the monk is sitting on the hill and is meditating, and the nuns and so on in the church, it's great, and they kept a spirit alive. But it is now time for people to live spirituality, to live it. Yeah, and for that it must be a non-dualistic approach. So that means it's in daily life, and it is who you are now, not who you want to be, not what you think you should be, but who you are right now. Yeah, and that is spirituality, a non-dualistic approach. Yeah, and that is your earthly nature. So it's time for us to do that. For the one who feels he wants to. So how long is the course, and how much time does it take per week? Okay. And thank you, Shilpa, for the question of Xavier. The course is 8 weeks. The first 2 bridges are, in my experience, very, very important ones to be very alert on them. There are our biggest illusions that we are often not aware of. So we will work with those 2. And yeah, how much time does it take per week? You will get a personal assignment from me, and it is just something that I ask you to become aware of, to be aware of during the week. And these are specific aspects that are for you personally important. Yeah. And yeah, how much time does it take? I for sure will ask you in the evening to reflect upon it, and in the morning to reflect upon it. Yeah. And I appreciate that you will write me about that. Yeah. So the time you invest into it by yourself will be as much as you actually want. You can take very much time on it, or you can give it the time you can give it. Yeah. But you will get those reminders. Yeah. So you will become aware of that. Is that a question, Natalia? Is it an answer, I mean, to your question? And are there other questions? The starting, because of the question answers once a week, yeah, we start with a group of a maximum 10 together. Yeah, so we start with that group together, and the starting, it's a week that we start. Yeah, the assignments and so on you get from me when you are there. You get it on Mondays. You get your assignments. The start of the course was let me shortly look again. When was that? Okay, in the week of the 28th of November. Yeah, I thought about it, and this is really something I'm really looking forward to work with a group of people, because it is really rich. I missed a little. Oh, okay. yeah, that happens. Yeah, you still get a recording, but do you still have a question, Alexander? Alex, don't bother to ask it again. So every week you get some few pages, perhaps some 4 or 5 pages, simply also to read, but also there we'll highlight things. Okay. Yes, Xavier, and that's the point. It's a beautiful thing that you are saying. You are always authentic. Yeah, you are always complete. Yeah, but we think that we are not. We think that things are missing. Yeah, we think that we should be different. It's not enough of what we do, or not enough of how we are, or we think it's such a long way till I be the one I feel inside I could be. You know, and to live fully in harmony with yourself and with life, yeah, we need to leave the dualistic approach. And it's actually very simple, because I ask you more or less to do less. Because we are so much busy in order to go somewhere. And now I ask you to be with you and to observe yourself and to be with yourself. Yeah. So no, you don't have anything else than your true nature. You're always authentic. You're always complete. You are as complete as a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, as a 4-year-old. Yeah. But that does not mean that there's not potential to grow, that you don't have potential to develop further. And personally, I believe that there is no end to it. Not even like for you, but for humanity. Okay, so the course is 99 euro for these 8 weeks. I know that you don't know so well of what it is, but some of you know me, so you know that you can trust me on many things in this case. Yeah, but there are also people that don't know me, and for that purpose I decided to keep it affordable, and that the threshold is not so high in order to say, okay, let me give it a try. Ah, Melanie. Nice to hear from you. Melanie asks, if development happens naturally and we are complete, what is the motivation behind the course? Okay, great question, Mel. Now, the motivation behind the course is that you are that apple seed. I don't know if you were there by then when I said that. You are complete, but you don't nurture yourself. Yeah, you don't have to add anything as such to yourself. You don't have to say, I have to change into this and have to change into that. Yeah, but the ground where you have put your seeds, yeah, through that one is not fertile. So it's the environment where you are in, and the environment we create by ourselves, and of course our environments creates it also for us. So it's that you are not developing those traits. Yeah, but like a 4-year-old is perfect as he is, even though he can't write and read, he can't drive a car. Yeah, and he's perfect as he is. We know that there is potential, and with children we give them that, and with children we look at them and we know that they have that potential. And there's nothing wrong with them, that they can't yet do A, B, C, D. But with ourselves, we believe that we are incomplete, that we are wrong, that we are not enough. Yeah. And the gifts of life, as I would like to share them with you and to guide you through that in these 8 weeks, that you become for yourself the ground, the ground where it can develop. Is this an SML? So that the natural process of development can take place. Self-acceptance of our true nature. It starts for sure with acceptance, Mel. It starts for sure with acceptance. When you don't accept yourself, or you're not ready to accept yourself, you would also not be here tonight. And so it is a starting point. You must want to do it. Yeah. When you have a very hostile relationship with yourself, it becomes a little bit more difficult. But when you are here and you know that you're a hostile relationship with yourself, you're still at the very right place. Yeah. Now, Teresa reads the question of Shilpa.
So what you're saying is that we are creating a loving awareness or something like that, so we can give our seeds a fertile, nice place to grow.
Exactly. Exactly. That you can say. And we live in a lot of illusions why we are so conditional in doing that with ourselves. Yeah, we live in a lot of illusions, and the gifts of life, as I have been blessed to get them, yeah, and to work with them, they help us to see the illusions that we can't see ourselves. Yeah, yeah. So that will be then a very good opportunity for you, Natalia. Yeah. So that can really change. And it's by experience, so it sinks in on a different level. Yes, in the book I wrote actually the gifts are there. The gifts of life are in my book. That's correct, Shilpa. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes, the gifts of life are there. Some general approaches there. I must say that in the last, yeah, for sure, the last 2 years, you know, I've really learned a lot, which is also not in the book. Also, my last retreat was very, very, very fruitful. And yeah, I want to give it to further. That's my part of my nature that I like to share. You're welcome, Natalia. You're welcome. I have prepared an offer. Yeah, this is how they guide you when you make a webinar. So let me see if you get it when I now put it. So then you can click on it if you like to do it. Wait a sec. Let me see. I hope you can see that. So if you click on this, feel welcome to join us now, then you come directly to that offer. Of course, you can also use it later. I keep the screen stays also open for some time, so you can read in it. When you click on it, there's also some information in it of what we will do. So yeah, normally I should now say you must decide tonight and so on. Of course, it is momentum, and it might be good to take decisions sometimes, you know, when momentum is there. But I would lie that when I say that the offer is not there tomorrow, it will be still there tomorrow. Okay. Yes. So, yeah, I would say, like, have a look at that offer. I just will put it in again. Yeah, and then you can have a click on that. And yeah, I would be more than happy to have you there and to work together with you. Yeah. Okay, I don't actually know. I have to ask, is when you see that offer, if you only see that offer when I see it, but I will ask how that works. I still have to learn a lot on that one. Yes. So yes, feel very welcome. There's still I think 1.5 weeks or something like that till we start off. And yeah, register. It is something which for sure will be worth it. And I hope I see you there. I would be very happy to again work with you. And as I said, when we meet on the internet, it will be that every person has a screen and can also talk. At least that is promised to me, and that will then also be. Okay. Oh, the offer didn't come on the screen yet. But let me see if I can remove the offer. No, it should be there actually. No. Good to know that you don't see it. Okay, is it none of you can see actually that offer? Is that correct? Can somebody tell me shortly? Okay, there's somebody. Yes, it's the orange button. You only see, okay, you do see the offer. Yes. NewX Gifts of Life, yeah. When you click on it, exactly. Yeah. And you can pay part 1, yes. For myself, I feel that the first two bridges are the most important ones. Yeah. But if the group desires to move on, they're very fine. We can continue. Okay, so this is how it goes. Above the checkbox. I would love to see how that looks like, guys. It looks a bit strangely because I can't see what you see. Natalia, no problem. I can send the link to you. I will send it to you. I have your email address, so I sent it to you. So then you can still enroll. Yeah. So there are different ways of payment. Ah, great, good. But I see you must be a little bit know how it works before you see it. That's less good. I will figure that out if I can do it differently. So when you come in the checkout, there are different ways of how to pay. So there should be one for every person. Okay. Okay. So you said I tried to put it, but it doesn't go through. Okay. Yeah, all the techniques. This is also a world for me, which I have thrown myself in. The site and the offer has been used before, so it should actually work. Ah, okay. Yeah. Because It has worked, so now it's working. Great. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually very excited. It would be wonderful to see you all in the course. And we can still, you can still feel free to ask still questions about it if you would like to see something or to know something more. Good. Okay. Good. So if you have other people that might also be interested, please, I would be very, very happy if you would tell others about it. Yeah, and you will get a recording of what we have done today. So you can also share that one or to tell it people. I would be very happy if we will have a nice group together. Good. The chat box stays open still for a while, but I would like to close the broadcast now for others also not to get bored. So on that purpose, I hope to see you on the course or somewhere else. Bye-bye.